Okay, so we're going to begin this series of videos about geology by discussing what is studied in geology. So first, geochemistry. So rocks are going to be composed of smaller components, which we're going to call minerals. And then those minerals, in turn, are made of atoms. So we're going to begin by talking about the atom and what's inside the atom, and then how atoms hook together, and then how those atoms make minerals, and then how those minerals have different kinds of properties. So all of this is covered under the branch of geology called geochemistry. Okay, then you've got geophysics. So geophysics is going to be the application of physics to geology. And so in this picture, you might notice that those buildings are damaged by an earthquake. So one of the things that you study in geophysics is going to be how do earthquake waves move through the earth and how do they cause damage. Another branch of geophysics would be heat. So what generates heat inside the earth, and then how does that heat move inside the earth, and then how does that ultimately cause plate tectonics for the Earth's plates to move around on the surface of the Earth. So there are very many different things from physics that are going to be used in geology. Okay, then the next branch of geology is called mineralogy, which is going to be the study of minerals. So we're going to find out, for example, that certain minerals have a certain hardness. They have different colors. They reflect light in different kinds of ways. They have different chemical properties. And so all of this is studied in the field of mineralogy. Okay, then you have petrology, which is going to be the study of rocks. And we're going to find out that there are three main types of rocks. So you've got igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary rocks. And so we'll be studying those as the video series progresses. Then you have geomorphology, which is the study of how the surface of the earth gets carved up by wind and rain and ice and gravity and other physical processes. So we'll learn how rivers form, for example, how that makes canyons, how those canyons can be, the shape of the canyon can be changed by a glacier moving through it. We're going to find out what causes sand dunes, for example. Okay, then you have environmental geology. Okay, so this is going to be how is the earth affected by what humans do. So, for example, when you start up your car, that is going to be producing carbon dioxide, which goes into the atmosphere. Well, how does that affect the atmosphere? So all of these things are covered in environmental geology. Then you have planetary geology. So this is actually a branch of astronomy where you take the principles of geology and then you apply them to other planets in our solar system and in our galaxy. So at the very end of the video series, we're going to talk about what is the geology of Venus and what is the geology of Mars and other objects in our solar system. Then you have historical geology, which is the study of the history of the Earth. So again, at the end of our video series, we're going to talk about the history of the Earth, where did the Earth come from, and then what is the geological and biological history of it. Okay, we're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we're going to talk about why should you study geology?